Welcome to Tough Talk Media, where real conversations shape real impact. Join us as we dig deeper into thought-provoking perspectives that challenge, inform, and inspire action. Subscribe today and be part of the conversation.
Is there a religious discrimination to the point that it can be described as a deliberate attempt to subjugate or some kind of genocide going on in northern Nigeria?
There are two things. You separate the emirate system and the traditional chieftaincy issues aside, jihad and those who were not conquered by jihad, and then the religion. And the consequent upon that, what is the dynamics between the Christianity and Islam. It appears that the jihadists have not forgiven the Christian community for not being conquered. And they have consistently used all manner of subterfuge to get that ascendancy. To the extent shown that if you call a Muslim nail cutter today, he's cut you and he will feel superior to you because he's Muslim. Now, one of the reasons why we protested the Muslim ticket was because, and I did say it here, it was going to give such fundamentalists, Islamic fundamentalists, the impetus, the courage to go ahead, feeling that now is their government. They've had a stamp of approval at the federal, so it's now an excuse for them to go down the line. It does happen. I gave you a story one time when a Fulani man, a headsman, entered my farm with his cows, and we arrested him. And we were taken him to the police station. And he was boasting that, do you think that I can come to your farm without somebody giving me the permission? This is our government. I was even then an SGF. And for a cattle herder to tell me that Buhari authorized him to go and do what, enter my farm, was very annoying. But you see, at his level of education, he thinks that because the president was a Muslim, he had the right to do whatever he wanted and get away with it. And now that is the consequence of the Muslim ticket. It has given them the courage to go the last mile, persecuting people, intimidating people, and killing people where they refuse to be intimidated.
Christians are being killed in the north.
Massively, of course.
And this is a deliberate, it's some kind of genocide, if you describe it that way.
It's a genocide. If it is not a genocide, it's a pogrom.
Give me a moment. We need to go on a break, everyone, but when we return, more on the conversation, especially as President Donald Trump in the United States declared Nigeria as a country of particular interest. But then the conversation is, how do we secure the lives, the property of the average Nigerian beyond the global interest? It's the interest of you that is watching tonight. Passions are high, tension is high in the country about this very sensitive matter. But the truth must be told, and we need to have the tough conversation. But there are a lot of people who will believe that as a political figure of your kind of profile, there are some things that need not to be said, and there are some things that are too sensitive to be said. And when you say there is a genocide against Christians in the north, there are those who say maybe you are not very, very correct with your position.
Well, it's up to them. It's up to them. I have my own position, they have theirs. I've watched the argument going about on this issue of genocide. It is one-sided. I mean, obviously, those who are more vehemently opposing it are the Muslims, whose brothers are the perpetrators of the genocide. The argument has always been, and they come with this very funny narrative that, Muslims too are also being killed. More Muslims are being killed than Christians. Well, that's their argument, but it does not justify that which is happening. If 1,000 children are killed, and among that 1,000, one is your own, your worries about that your own. And in any case, why is the argument dodging the fact that those being accused of carrying out the genocide are Muslims? They are not Christians. So if a Muslim wakes up and starts killing people, and he kills 1,000 Muslims and kills 100 Christians, The argument we do have among we Christians is that probably those they are killing are Muslims they consider not of the caliber they thought would be.
But is it deliberate? Or these are just ragtag criminals who are
give me a break. You come about 500 of you on a motorcycle, you enter a village, burn it, kill it, cut off the head of the pregnant woman, slit her stomach to bring out the Christian child.
But does criminality know religion? Do they ask people, are you a Christian or a Muslim before they kill them?
They kill you because they are Christian, and also they kill Muslims because they don't think they are good Muslims. Nobody agrees with
it. If I see you on the road, your Christianity is not written on your head.
Yes, yes.
So, and if anybody attacks you...
But if you come to Benue State, and you go to a village in Benue State and kill everybody, you can't claim that you don't know that that community is wholly Christian. You can't claim you don't. Because you know.
Do you have a personal experience? And the reason why I brought the conversation and I started the conversation about where you are from, the number of your tribe and your religion in Adamawa, for example, that is a predominant northern state, and the kind of narrative that has gone on. That's why I asked you that specific question. And the fundamental issue is whether or not these are just criminal elements who attack possibly vulnerable spots in Nigeria that are occupied by Christians accidentally.
Well,
is it possible?
Well, it will be amazing to find out why a majority of those criminals killing Christians and of course Muslims have the inclination because they are Muslims. It's up to you to find out why is it that the Fulani headsmen or the Fulani who you prefer to call some more generous names like bandits who are doing all these killings. Is it not amazing that they are from one single tribe and religion? Is it not amazing? Is it not amazing that they have sufficient armaments at their disposal with which they kill and maim and loot and burn? Is it not amazing that it doesn't occur to you, Shehun, that somebody somewhere must be funding them?
You're saying that this is an orchestrated
because the resources at their disposal is so enormous that sometimes they are better, all the time they are better armed than the soldiers. All we don't have these days is maybe they are yet to acquire helicopters and bombers. But we do hear now these days that they now also use drones. Now, if it is just a primitive, uneducated, bush-living Fulani man that decides to do this, how does he get the knowledge?
You have painted a whole tribe, a Fulani tribe.
They don't call their own people to order. If one of you goes bad and you don't call him to order and you don't check him, if my son goes out to question him and I don't call him to order, if they say my whole family is involved, you are right.
So are you saying Trump is right?
Trump might be right, might not be right, but don't forget, Shehu, there was a delegation that first went to United States to tell I think Obama then that Christians were being slaughtered in Nigeria. It included this man.
Which man?
The president. That APC delegation. I saw the picture. Buhari was there. Amechi was there. I think he was the one even sitting close to the president, where they went to lobby the Americans that the Goodluck Jonathan government was carrying out genocide in Nigeria. So these are the issues that beat your mind. They go there themselves and say it does happen. They come back and when we say it happened, they say no, it doesn't happen anymore because we are in government. And look, the issue is this. Forget about whether there's genocide or not in Nigeria. The issue is that guarantee or security of life and our property. That is it. That's all we want from government.
How difficult is that?
Ask them.
You've been in government.
Yeah.
You know how difficult it could be. Is there anything you think could make it more difficult for this government? If you, in your own view, you think that they are not doing enough, but what do you think could have made it more difficult?
Government is progressive. If we didn't do well enough, they should do well enough. They say they will do better. And let them do the better they say they will do. We don't care about all this nomenclature of pogrom, what did you call the other one?
Genocide.
Genocide. All Nigerians want is peaceful living. It doesn't benefit me that my child is killed and 1,000 children of other people are killed. It doesn't benefit me in any way. What benefits me most is that everybody is alive. Let this government assure us, Christians, and if they like, including Muslims too, that
to what end, Mr. Lawal, are these people you say are not being called to order? To what end? Do you think is their motive of killing people? Forget whether they are Christians or Muslim. Every individual that is being killed is human, first and foremost, in the eyes of God, whatever your faith is.
Yes.
To what end? What are they trying to achieve? Because I assume that these people are also Nigerians.
Yes. I resort to the Bible, and I think it's Jeremiah. It says, the heart of man is desperately evil. Who can fathom it? It's in the Bible. It says the heart of man is desperately evil. You begin to wonder what as an average human being that God has blessed you don't have that type of heart. Begin to wonder what drives such people to slaughter, cut off the head of a pregnant woman, slit her stomach, remove the umbilical and smash it to the ground. You never understand. You cannot understand. It's just the way God creates the world and so on. So they have their reasons. I believe, as I gave you a background, when the jihad was unable to successfully conquer other people as they had intended, and we resisted and survived, there's probably a new theology that they must also continue, or they resent us, or they don't want to see us, or whatever it is. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to see us. Maybe they don't want to see us alive. Maybe our being alive annoys them or annoys somebody there. I don't know. And look, and then the government, by deliberate actions, seems to encourage that. I tell you, I refer back to this Muslim ticket. That is the battleground. That's the fundamental basis where they have the justification to continue. If the government itself decides that no, we have no regard for the Christians in Nigeria, we can run our government as Muslims, whether they like it or not, they can go to hell. So what do you talk of the man on the ground? It goes. Recently there was argument about they also want to bring, what do they call it, something economy. Islamic economy, halal economy. And when people came to me complaining, I said, what do we expect to happen? When they have a Muslim government, they decided to do it. How do you expect them not to progress until they get to the end? What was the essence of the Muslims don't get?
Are you saying this because you are now of the APC, you don't belong with them?
I said this even when I was in APC. Shaul, I was here with you when I was in APC. When did I leave APC? Only on the formation of ADC.
Give me a moment. By the way, that meeting you were talking about was in Lagos with John Kerry, the then Secretary of State, where you had the then candidate Buhari, the then chairman of the APC, John Oyebu, and you had now President Bola Tinubu, and you have Rotimi Amechi.
The DG campaign,
But there are those who will say that conversation was not around whether or not there was genocide. That John Kerry also met with other political parties.
Yes, but I can tell you that was the conversation.
So that there was genocide in Nigeria.
Yes.
Maybe the genocide doesn't exist anymore longer.
I've read somewhere when I was coming, of course there is a lot of fake news, but where Donald Trump was saying that he was carrying out the request of Bola Tinubu about genocide in Nigeria. I've read somewhere. It could be true, it could not be true these days of fake media. But look, don't tell me. We are not interested in what that. Look, Chewu, I, as a person, I'm a very patriotic Nigerian. You cannot keep me outside Nigeria for 7 days without my feeling that I'm in exile or something. I like this country. I would therefore not want to surrender my security or any other thing, whatever, to a foreign country. The last time I was in America was the year 2000.
Stay informed, stay inspired, stay tuned to Tough Talk Media, where real conversations shape real impact. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions. Thanks for watching.